What if the greatness you've been waiting for is actually something you already have and you don't need anyone's permission to embrace it? That feels different, doesn't it? Today I'm going to be talking about why your greatness doesn't happen when someone else tells you you're great, but it's rather when you decide to be great and you take action on it day in and day out. Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, where I'm diving into strategies, habits and mindset to help you stop surviving and start thriving. I'm your host Sanj, and today I'm going to be talking about something big, monumental in your life, and that's greatness. So, as always, here's a quote, and this quote is from the one and only Muhammad Ali. "I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was." And that is one hell of a statement. Ali wasn't waiting for others to crown him great. He made that decision for himself, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. We often wait for others' validation and how we need to start shifting that mindset and claim greatness on our own terms rather than on someone else's. As always, I'll be giving you a few powerful ways in which you can stay motivated and start to embrace your own greatness. I'll also be talking about why you need to shift your mindset, how greatness is achieved, and why we seem to just love to wait for others to tell us we're doing great before we actually believe it. So if you're ready to stop waiting for someone else to validate you and you're ready to start actually owning your own greatness, stay tuned in. So let's kick things off by talking about why so many of us feel like we need external validation before we can say we're doing great. How many times has this happened to you? How many times have you done something really impressive, whether it's a work achievement, hitting a goal, or just making a tough decision, and that then you just sit there thinking, well, it doesn't really count until someone else has noticed. This is so common, and you've been conditioned to believe that greatness is something that's awarded to you by other people, by society, by your boss, by social media likes, by your own friends and family. You're there waiting for someone to say, wow, you're doing amazing, or give you a pat on the back before you're allowing yourself to feel proud of your accomplishments. But why are you doing that? Part of this is how we're wired as social beings. Our brain is designed to seek approval because historically that approval kept us safe. It kept us within the tribe. It allowed us to stay as a group. But today in the modern world, that same instinct, that same waiting for validation is actually holding you back. You no longer need to be safe within a tribe. Over 60% of people that say their self-worth is tied to what others think of them. Over 60% of people say that. That's more than half of you relying on the opinions of others to determine your own value. But the problem is when you're waiting for that external validation, not only are you giving away your control and your greatness, you're actually letting someone else decide when you're good enough. And that is a dangerous game. That's when things can start going wrong, because at the end of the day, you may be waiting a long time for that external validation. And greatness doesn't happen when someone tells you. The truth is that greatness doesn't happen when someone else tells you you're great. It happens the moment you decide you're going to be great and start taking action on it every single day. When you commit to being great, that's what makes you great. That you've got that drive, that motivation, that purpose. You've got that goal in mind. Think about that for a second. The moment you make the decision to pursue greatness is the moment you step into it. It's not about waiting for someone else to hand you the title. It's about deciding for yourself that you're going to put in the work day after day. Whether that's you're going to be a great parent, you're going to be a great husband or wife, you're going to be a great partner, a great friend, a great son. let's use an example for this because it may help. Do you think Michael Jordan became the greatest basketball player of all time? I know it could be controversial, but let's go with it. Because someone else told him he could be? No. He decided he was going to be the best. Then he put in the work every single day. He didn't wait for others to recognize his greatness. He created it through his actions, through his commitment. It takes, we've all heard this stat, it takes 10,000 hours of deliberate practice to achieve mastery in any field. That's a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it's something that happens long before anyone else notices. Greatness is built in the hours you put in when no one else is watching. When no one else is watching you, that's the real version of you. So greatness isn't a destination you reach when someone else tells you that you've made it. It's a choice. It's a choice that you show up for day after day, when you take consistent action, even when there's no one to applaud you. You need to shift your mindset, though, to see your progress. Because at the end of the day, if you're waiting for someone else to see your progress first, again, some people may never see it. You may be waiting a long time for that external validation. So if you want to start actually seeing your progress, you want to start becoming the best version, being great, it starts with a mindset shift. When you're sitting there looking for others to tell you how far you've come, you need to stop worrying about what others think, and you need to start recognizing that for yourself. What if you took the time to notice your own progress? What if you took the time to actually see how far you've come? Here's the key mindset shift. Instead of waiting for others to acknowledge your success, start acknowledging it yourself. Every time you take a step forward, whether it's big, whether it's small, start to celebrate it. Progress is progress. Whether you're moving at 100 miles an hour or whether you're moving at 10 miles an hour, if you're moving forward, that's still progress. There's a psychological concept called the progress principle, and that states that you feel more motivated when you're recognizing your progress, even in small increments. So when you stop to notice how far you've come, it boosts your motivation to keep going. So instead of waiting for someone else to notice your success, start tracking your own wins. Get a calendar on the wall. Tick every time you do what you say you would. Yeah, have a tracker. But one thing I would say is go for something you can see day in, day out, because that's where things change, where you can see your wins right in front of you every single day. That's how you can actually start building that momentum. A simple habit you can start is journaling your progress, exactly as I said. Each day, write down one thing you accomplished. Tick off when you've done what you said you were going to do. No matter how small, it could be as simple as making a difficult phone call, finishing a workout, actually taking action to build that business that you want. When you look back, you'll start to see how far you've come. You'll start to see how much time you've put in, and you'll start to see what difference it's making. And that is empowering. That's how you're going to start actually seeing yourself differently. You're going to start believing in yourself more. So if you want to stay motivated and start being great, it's not easy to be motivated all the time, because especially when you're not getting that external validation. Again, even though we shouldn't crave it, it's something that's there. So here are 3 powerful ways for you to stay motivated and just actually start embracing your greatness from within. First thing is to surround yourself with people who inspire you and support you. I talk about this a lot, but it is so important. Although you don't need that external validation, but it does help to have people around you who encourage you and support you. Find your tribe, find your community, find your network, the people who lift you up, the ones who challenge you to be better, the ones who remind you of your progress. I spoke about it in a previous podcast. A challenger, an inspirer, and a nurturer. These are the people who will help you stay focused on your greatness. These are the people who will help you succeed in life. These are the people who are going to be there for you through the ups and downs. They're going to be there to clap when you're doing well, and they're going to be there to hold you when you need that help. Second thing, set small achievable goals, because big goals are great and I love them. But if they're big goals and they're too big, you're not going to see as much progress as what you would like to in a short time. And that is where you can kill your motivation. It can start to feel overwhelming. It can feel like you're never going to break past a certain point. So break your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps, because each time you achieve one of those smaller goals, it's a win. And a win is a win. It doesn't matter if it's a big win or a small win. Remember, greatness is built on a series of small wins. So set yourself those small, achievable goals, those bite-sized chunks of your big goal. Finally, I think this is the most important one, is to create a daily success ritual. It could be something as simple as starting your day with positive affirmations or gratitude, or ending your day by reflecting on wins and again gratitude. Success is built on your consistent daily habits. So when you make a habit of acknowledging your progress, focusing on your goals, reflecting on your wins, you'll find it easier to stay motivated. When you actually practice daily goal setting and reflection, you're 40% more likely to achieve your goals. And it's all about keeping that momentum going. Yeah, greatness is not something that happens when others tell you you're great. It happens the moment you decide to be great. So how are you going to decide to be great? What decisions can you make today that will move you closer to your own greatness? It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be something monumental. It could be something small, like committing to a new habit, breaking an old one, or just acknowledging a win you had today. The bottom line is you need to stop waiting for permission to be great. You don't need it. The only person who gets to decide when you're great is you. So start today. Own your progress. Take action. Create the greatness you deserve. Yeah, thank you for tuning in to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. If you found value in today's conversation, share it with someone who may need to be reminded that their greatness lies within their own hands. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a review, because it really helps my podcast grow and I would be so grateful. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at just.live.coaching for more mindset tips and tricks. Take care of yourself, and remember, you have the power to master your mindset. And when you do, you'll master your life.